Got to mute it when I got it. Redirects to YouTube. Blah, blah, blah. Bang, muted. That's good.
Mute.
Oh, I'll let people start coming in. Oh, I need to go to live chat. Always different than Zoom stuff.
Mm.
I can cut clips? What the hell? I am not touching that button. Mouse away.
Question: can you hear my music? Okay, cool.
I don't normally monetize this until afterwards. I let the live unmonetized.
No one's gonna like my music anyway, so I gotta follow it. I like to listen to it. No one's gonna like the John Candy. That's what I'm listening to right now. I found this band last week, and I've been just going down the rabbit hole on their stuff, and I love it.
And I'll tell you what, next week there's going to be a lot of soldiers crying that they're going to Korea. I finished everything up, and we got to put these exceptions, the policies in for like there's someone have to go to school beforehand and all this stuff. Man, there's going to be a lot of crying people. I already know it's going to be bad. Bad. Our evals I got everything done this week. Like I'm a little bit ahead of the power curve, but a little bit behind because I took those 2 days off.
Yeah.
Because then they're like, oh, you got to do your individual freaking performance plan or whatever the hell it's called. And I'm like, what? I took all last year's goals and just changed the damn days, their years onto it. I'm like, I don't even care about this anymore. My buddy down in Campbell's like, don't quit, stay. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, if all this turns out, because if we get affected by, see, they're supposed to run a pilot program each state on this vehicle highway usage mile tax crap.
Yeah.
And right now, I know my state's just going to up the registration. So instead of being like $300, I'll be paying like $500, which is stupid. Okay, so it's $200 more, no problem. I mean, I'll get that in my bonus after taxes. So, but it just sucks. You got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, every state's supposed to be doing their pilot program this year. That doesn't mean that you're still not going to be logging your miles in. So what they're starting to think of different ways to where they can catch people onto it. Well, at the very end, so you're going to hit. So when you buy that car, it goes your name, your mileage is recorded onto it. Okay.
Yeah.
When you go to sell that car, so say you've been skimming on it every year, you're going to get hit on it down there onto it. Because see, my state's crooked, man. That's the only thing I'm bad about it is like, when I sold my truck, traded in, right? I just redid the registration in September and I traded in that March. I never knew I had to pay the vehicle taxes for freaking still the full year. Even though if you own it one day that new year, you have to pay for the full year. So I had penalties. And I'm like, what the hell do I have penalties for? I mean, I got issued like a freaking warrant type deal coming in the mail for me. This was last year. I'm like, what the hell is this for? I called her like, oh, sir, we've been trying to get in touch with you. You owe us for the vehicle registration. I said, I don't even own that truck anymore. How do I owe you? And I'm like, I traded in that year. I didn't know there was a policy for it. So luckily, the lady kind of felt bad for me and kind of hooked it up to where I just had to pay the regular price. But I was like, man, that's some crooked stuff. The dealership should have you pay it there or add it into it or take care of it for you. I didn't know that.
Hey, Magnus, what's happening?
Magnus, hello. I love this thing. I just want to cut. Okay, I'm putting it down for a cut.
Call that a knife. That's a knife.
I would pull something out of my drawer, but I'd probably be demonetized or kicked off of YouTube quick. But I got a machete stand next to me over here. It's sheath. I'm trying to think. I think I have everything I need in supplies that I've ordered now. I don't think I really need anything in supplies. I think, well, maybe other than labels and maybe some more. Man, tape is starting to get expensive. Freaking a roll of that strapping tape that I use is now $4, and that's only for, I think, what the hell? How many yards is on this? I know it's less than the other. Fucking 10 yards.
The Heritage Variation of Wander. You know what? I have not, but I will see them eventually. Hopefully, I get one of the variation out of there.
Yeah, he's got my 3 boxes. I'm sending to him Monday. I got to pick up PSA tomorrow. I'm going to work some videos. I was going to hit a show tomorrow in Frankfurt. Price of gas going out there just ain't worth it for 3 hours just to driving there and back. And then they got the big Nashville show going on. If that show in Frankfurt would have been more productive last time, I would have went out. But we got the snow coming in now. Freaking snowing. I can't believe it.
Hey, Granddad, what's happening?
What's up, Granddad? Yeah, it was tax season. I've had a lot of stuff going on with all that. I still got 2 people left. So usually like tax season, January through, I try to be done March, beginning of March, but I do have a couple guys, the ones like in Kuwait and stuff and processes with his job. So a couple people like that I have to wait on. But yeah, tax season's painful. Hug is full of energy now because she got knocked out of Benadryl all day.
Don't mind the head bob, and I'm listening to some music in the background. So, been jamming the shit out of this band.
Yeah, I just filled up the other day. We were at like, I forget what I told you, like $4 a gallon. I had 50 cents off. And I will not drive to a card show now that's far away that has been unproductive. I don't care if it was their only show so far, but I just can't do it. Because just to drive there, and then if you don't find anything, you lose your time, your money, and everything on you. Now, if it was like in Louisville where I'd had like half the drive, I would do it. But with next week's show, yeah. Then I got one after.
What West Point football players you talking about, Granddad? I didn't hear about the West Point.
Oh, I saw it come across our Legal Eagle thingy we get every morning. I don't know what it's really called. I call it Legal Eagle. Oh, I didn't read it. They were chatting on WhatsApp with it today, and I just freaking turned it off. Yeah, I'm guessing either they hate somebody, rape somebody, or
I think they beat up a teacher. Put him in a coma, something like that.
Really? Yeah, I don't know.
I know you guys are complaining about gas. Try paying for diesel right now, like I am. My truck's diesel.
That's what the price was to go up to my mom's. So I had a full tank when I left here. Well, actually, coming back, I had to get gas. It cost me $70 to get back from Pennsylvania to here. And then that's when I filled up the rest of half a tank out a couple days later. It's expensive. Hers was $4.40 a gallon then. I think now it's like $4.70, $4.60.
Dude, gas prices in California, you're looking at $6 to $7. No bullshit.
That's why I said don't really pay to drive right now. I mean, if I was to spend the money, like if my mom was still here, I would have. My buddy's setting up in Nashville. I'd have went with him, helped him set up, and walked around. And I'll just split gas with them for it because it's just ridiculous to pay that kind of money in gas now. I got it in 2008. We had the same exact gas prices, but I don't know. I mean, they were high in 2008.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that shit too.
I guess everybody's watching that at all the breaks today in boxes because you had contenders that already came out. I think.
Yeah, I'm good on.
There was some basketball came out today. Something came out.
Oh,
Origins, maybe?
I don't know if it was Origins. I know NT come out? Was that when it?
NT was out a long time ago.
What came out? I know Origins, I think, came out, but I know Heritage came out. Choice came out yesterday. Donruss Choice basketball.
Oh yeah, that's might be it. That's what I was thinking of because I know Pokemon released this week, Heritage released, Opening Day released, WWE released. There are a lot of releases this week, but I'm like dry to the end of the month. I was like, hey, I'll hit you up at the end of the month. I'm like, I ain't buying nothing else.
Well, I was watching the Donruss Choice last night in Platinum through. They did a case of NT football, and then they did a first off the line 2018 with Allen and Lamar. Not that did not look good.
Usually doesn't. Yeah, because the releases for this month are really weird now. The three that I do know that are coming out: Inception Baseball, Topps Chrome, Overtime Elite Basketball, which I got a pretty good briefing on from my distributor. He said that it's going to be a lot of high school and college kids that are in this. And he was telling me the names. I don't remember who's the hot dudes. But this is supposed to be Topps' way of coming in with Fanatics. And this is going to be kind of turn into the first Bowman type deal of these guys. So it kind of makes sense now when he explained it, because I guess there was some kind of, I don't know, seminar, conference, something they did. Now there is a new soccer coming out called, I only saw this last year and I didn't get into it. It made me mad. It's called Futura. I don't know. I think it's Futera, but somebody said I think called it Futura. I ordered 2 boxes. MSRP is like $325. I think I'm getting it for like $220-ish. But inside it, you get 4 autographs on card or memorabilia, or a 24 gold plated frame card, 20 up to 20 base, 4 parallels, and 2 heritage or other inserts. I was like, huh. It just sounded really unique onto it. Some of the stuff from last year sold real well. I just don't know who's in. I was like, put me in for 2, I guess, because I'd never heard of it before. It doesn't have the word Topps. It doesn't have the word Panini on it. So it's not Leaf. I don't know who does it exactly.
Hey, Ryan. Hey, Shannon.
But yeah, I mean, everything else for this month still on a big hold. UEFA, Topps is coming out, Champions League, Archive Signature Series, Pokemon something. Oh, wait, no, Pokemon actually got moved. Okay, so they moved a lot of this stuff. Here's the funny part. April, I don't even have a release to the end of the month. Bowman, it got pushed to the end of the month of April with O-Pee-Chee Platinum Hockey, freaking more soccer, and then the famous one of it all, Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary, that has now been pushed out like 8 months.
Yeah, we were waiting on that for months.
Yeah, it's 8 months it'll be at this time frame from the original release they were going to have on it. And I was just looking at, like, even Garbage Pail Kids keeps getting pushed out. That was supposed to be like a late November, early December thing. And it's now in April, which they could get pushed out further. Star Wars Bounty Hunters was supposed to be out in August last year.
Oh, I've been waiting on that from you.
Yeah, I got 4 boxes of it.
I know I've been waiting
Upper
on
Deck
that.
Series 2 Gravity Feed. I got 2 boxes of it. But I started looking like where a lot of this stuff got pushed. Tier 1's now in May, Tributes in May. There was something else. Series 2, Bundesliga.
Hello, Teddy.
Let me get back in the chat here. I've heard all kind of things come in here. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be overpriced the shows. I just leave them. I don't even mess with them anymore because they won't even do bundles or nothing with you. And I just walk away. I don't care what they got. If you're overpriced, I'm gone. Especially when you hear, well, that's just eBay. And I'm like, dude, I could show you a bunch of places that stuff's not selling for your price. Well, you could go get it there. Dang right, I would. Because they're like, oh, you're going to pay sales tax on eBay. So you have to pay 13% fee. So let's go 7% difference now. They don't like it. So I just stopped even talking to them. I walk by and see stickers high, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Sports Card Investor pop up in any of my feeds recently, which is a good thing, actually.
I'm probably trying to figure out how to get back his government loan.
I can't remember who busted him and a couple of these dudes out that took out the COVID loans. Because it was like Mark's Cards. They were talking about Jeff Wilson, a few other ones that took out like these either right at multi-million or just, anywhere from $1 million to like 3 million out. And I was like, I don't know how these dudes are going to end up, paying that back over time, because anybody who was smart knew the market was not going to be sustained at that. We all knew it was going to fall. Most of us took, the newer, higher pop stuff and said it's going to fall. It'll still be worth some, but it'll fall good. Steelers quarterback, I'd still say Marcus Mariota. I'm still a fan of him. If not, I could see them trading up and trying to go in the draft and trade up. I really think, though, they're going to trade up in the draft. If there's a quarterback available around pick 12 to 15, they trade up.
I'll tell you, you might not like to hear this, but I think Jameis Winston.
He ain't going there. They're not going to invest in somebody like him. They will not invest in Deshaun Watson. None of that.
Oh no, Deshaun Watson's going to Seattle. They basically raped the Broncos, so they're going to take those first and second round picks they got to Houston for him, because he ain't going back to Houston. He's going to be in Seattle.
I'm trying to see if I have one of the cases still here. I don't. So that Yo Bro, Leo, and Dad, what they did is they cut open the bottom of the case, the brown cardboard in the case, took the boxes out, resealed them, but the people caught where Leaf puts this transparent tape over the plastic case inside, right? And you could see it sliced. As soon as you slice it, it's not like an easy slice. It's going to tear a little bit. And people caught it. And also what drew the attention was the last card in Leaf is usually your hit, okay, regardless, unless somebody out of nowhere becomes valuable. So there was no hits into it, and they got hit onto it big time.
All right, so
zero.
Do I think baseball cards might go up with the good news? I think baseball is going to be where it was before. I mean, you're going to still have everybody chasing Wander right now, but your big names, Harper, Soto, Tatis, Trout, and all those bug guys, they're going to catch premiums right now. But with them coming back, I'm sure cards will go up as long as good product starts coming out. So yeah, I don't think baseball is going to take a big hit. Do I see them getting a bump? Maybe not for another month and a half till the season starts, because they're going to still do spring training. And then we didn't talk about Zero Cool yet.
Zero Cool is the Gary V sketch art crap, if I remember right. I'll be honest with you, I don't get it. I know Gary V signed some of these cards and stuff. To me, it's another Zootopia, whatever the heck that zoo thing was. I am just not a fan of it. I don't get it. I think people are still trying to hustle on the market. This isn't like pre-war cards that people want. This stuff here is to buy in on the hype, sell it quick on the hype, and it'll probably end up folding to where it'll take 20 years and somebody will be like, oh, look, these cool cards are back then.
I don't think the Eagles will trade. I don't think so. Another quarterback I think Pittsburgh might go for would be Minshew. Minshew will be a free agent, so that they might use that for a band-aid for a year till they, better quarterback.
I don't think if they don't trade up in the draft, they probably go after Mariota, maybe Minshew. I know they were talking about Minshew would be a fan favorite, but that's about it. I mean, a fan favorite ain't gonna win you games. And yeah, I did see the Neo thing. Somebody actually emailed me too on the Neo thing. He basically got Logan Paul'd. And the sad part is, this is why I always preach before. If you're going to buy vintage wax, you best open it. Because if you're going to spend that kind of money onto it, you cannot hold it because you don't know what's in it. Now, I don't care if it's BBC wrapped or FDR wrapped, or I don't know what the other one was out there, F something. You need to open it, because if you're basically duped, or scammed onto it, you only have so long with PayPal, eBay, and your credit card company to get your money back. And the only way I buy wax that's older now, and I just talked to Joey about this on the phone, is if I know somebody has a seal case and they're breaking it up because they can make more in the boxes, say like 2010 SP basketball, and they ask me, you want some boxes? I will gladly buy it from them, because I know, one, they're trusted with me. We've done multi-deals, and if something would be bad out of it, I'm getting my money back.
Yep.
But I don't buy that stuff. I wouldn't even buy from David Adams, because all he's doing is the guy is going to like people's what do they call it, a read buy or something, and he's just going off of like Craigslist and stuff and buying people's stuff up. You don't know what's in it. Now, David Adams, they refund you probably within a certain amount of time, but after it, no.
If you're not, I mean, if you're going to buy a box and you don't want to open the case, because I get it, you paid a lot, I get it. You at least might want to open that case and just see the boxes are in there.
Well, here's the thing with the shrink wrap back in the day, it wasn't embedded with Topps logos, Upper Deck logos and stuff. Now, if that stuff's on it, you can make a judgment call, okay?
And not just that, it was always loose. It was never really tight like it usually was. It was pretty loose.
Upper Decks was pretty tight when they came out.
Actually, Score was pretty tight, because I have a Score set and I'm looking at it right now. And that's pretty tight. The Score was, but some of them were pretty flimsy at that time, if I'm not mistaken.
But yeah, if I was to buy anything now, I would either buy from somebody I know or I'm inspecting the box myself. And I'm the type of person that if it doesn't look right, I'm like, hey, I want to open this here to make sure the packs are in it, and I'll buy it. If the packs ain't in it and they don't look good, then I'm not buying it. It's their loss. And if somebody won't agree to that, they just don't get my money. They can go somewhere else and, do what they want with it. But like I said, the only way I'm buying is if I know the person any more off of that stuff. And that's all me not seeing the product itself, because I can look from breaking for so many years and open up so much wax. I can tell if it's been messed with it. If it's clear, I just won't even mess with it anymore. It's just not worth my time. Unless like I said, because my plan would be to open it to begin with, is if they allow me to open it and make sure the packs are all in there. G.I. Joe, the true American hero. Heck yeah. Somebody had a video where they sent in older Pokemon packs and they freaking opened them up or some reason. Somehow they got opened. I don't remember who it was. And they had to go through a long process to get their money back and what it was valued at. It was crazy. That's why I don't send packs in to be slab graded, none of that stuff. And what are you doing over there? Oh, I don't know. But I don't do any of that stuff anymore. I mean, honestly, I have packs that have been graded by PSA that I've won throughout the years. I got a couple that are second year Jordan ones, but I mean, I'm not opening them. I actually have a couple from Jeter SP foil year too. Stuff was not popular when way back then. I just picked it up because it was part of a deal, you know. I was trying to buy $200 in cards, and I'm like, all right, throw this in, I'll give you the 200 for it. You know, you're getting a 9 or 10 pack, and okay. I watched the video that somebody emailed me, and I think it was like the After Effect type deal. If you're buying a box from Macari, that should just scream wrong to begin with. If you've been doing cards for so long and you're buying them from Macari for $1,200, I've had so many videos of where the fake PSA slabs are out there, the ones that are popping up every which way. And just from that there, you should know it's like buying off a Craigslist. Hey, yeah, I'll send it to you in the mail. Okay.
Where's Correa going? I mean, the Yankees just screamed Correa.
Oh, that Pokemon thing with Logan Paul was ridiculous because he was going off a BBC trusted person. And I wish I could find the video of the person that did the video up on it where he had a chat with Steve Hart about grading Pokemon packs. Or in case, I forget what he was doing, some with Pokemon packs. Well, anyhow, he said he was like, "Oh yeah, I do them all for PSA. I verify it and all that stuff." He goes, "I could tell you a few slipped in early, but we learned our lesson." Really? Nobody's ever talked about that, and it's in like screenshots of the text message, and I'm like, I'm done because I have BBC certified stuff upstairs that I bought. Oh, I want to say it was in 16, 17 when I was breaking. I just never broke it, like 89 score football, 84 tops football, box of 86 football. Now I'm like, oh, I don't even know if I want to open it. You can't sell it because people are skeptical unless you have the diehard BBC person. It's like, oh, they made a mistake. Okay, we'll buy these then.
Well, at least Jake Paul got his money back on that, though.
Well, that's because he knew the guy. Then the guy had to go after those two dudes, Mealy Pops or whatever he calls himself. And that dude's still setting up at card shows, selling stuff. I'm surprised that, there's not more shun on him in the hobby for all that.
Maybe because he didn't know. Maybe he bought him and didn't know either.
Him and that other dude, I don't buy it. Because the whole point is that when it was researched by that Pokemon, I forget what his Poke Rattle or whatever his name is, the guys who are selling that stuff out of Canada have been doing it notorious for years, decades even. So when he showed all this stuff, especially with the laser printing of the label and all this stuff all being off, somebody should have known better. If you're just going by tape on a box, come on. I mean, the tape on the box looked good. Yeah, but the label, because back then the labels they used, and I didn't know this, they will lose the ink very, very quickly onto it to where it's almost white onto it. This one here had different font and everything onto it, the one that Logan Paul bought. And I think they got it, wanted to hurry up and make a quick flip. And it kind of sounded like, I want to say like Steve Hart was bamboozled into doing it and just wanted the press. Oh, I graded the first ever Pokemon, first generation booster box thing or case sealed. And I think it all fell through onto him, and you hurt yourself when you do that stuff.
I can see Freeman going to the Dodgers. But I don't know. They got Max Muncy. Muncy usually plays first.
Well, aren't they starting DH this year? Wasn't that part of the new CBA thing? Somebody can play
I
DH.
like some of the changes they did. I think they're eliminating the shift, which I love. They are putting a pitch clock finally, which will speed up the game a little bit.
With my alerts.
And then they're making the bases a little bit bigger.
I lost that card. I was sitting there watching my phone slipping, and the alert never came up. It was sold for $50 freaking dollars. Son of a snake.
Did you put your max bid in?
No, because I said I was going to do it at 15 minutes out because I wanted to see how high it went. I should have did it earlier. I just happened to look up and I'm like, oh, eBay's still going on because they had the top clicker on my window. And I looked down at time. I'm like, oh, yeah, it must be about that time because I knew it had like 30-some minutes left whenever I was talking to you. I was like, I'll sneak in the last minute thing here. Son of a snake. Oh, I'm closing that. That depressed me now. That was a nice piece for the show.
Well, Granddad, I didn't start doing a channel until during COVID myself. But you're never going to hear me tell you who to go grab or what to grab. That's not me because I don't want to be responsible for giving advice and it don't work out. I'm not going to do that like them. I'm
That's
just going to do.
For the longest time, I stopped showing what I was buying.
Yeah, I'm just going to do me, show what I get, do my slabs, stuff like that. But I'm not going to go out there and be like, yo, guys, you need to go pick up this guy now. It's going to blow up in about a week. No, I'm not going to persuade or influence anybody. I'm not an influencer.
Meta Zoo, that's the name of that zoo thing. I was thinking Zootopia or something weird. I knew it was Meta, it's something zoo.
Utopia.
I can't remember what it was called. It was something crazy out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just bad is that, they said, oh, look at this, trends are up. To me, I kind of figured they were already buying it up and it's just part of the hype. And whenever I used to do mail days and all that stuff, that's why I stopped for the longest time. Plus, I was just selling. I wasn't buying in the hype either. It just made no sense. What do you have in your mouth?
Oh no, Shannon. I just get cards graded that I like and stuff like that. And just, people look for them. They look for them. They don't. They don't. I'm not.
Pig ear this big.
What?
She must have had, my mom must have gave her a pig ear. It must have been her little toy bin.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you have in your mouth? Because I could hear it come downstairs. Like, what do you got? I'm like, please tell me you did not go in the litter box and grab a cat turd or something. Because I'm lost my mind out here. I don't know what she had.
Hey, let's keep this channel PC shit.
What she did as a puppy, she won't do it anymore because she got her butt beat. But she literally come right in here in a big pig ear, bigger, like double the size of her head. I'm like, whatever, just chew it. I don't care.
Just dragging it around.
No. And what I push and dump, I don't ever tell anybody about because it's my own thing that I do. Like, I don't buy the hype in the player. If I'm setting up at a show like out here in Kentucky, I know what sells in Kentucky, so I buy it and then I sell it. Same when I go into Indiana, if I go down Tennessee. And I did this years ago when I used to go and travel from Atlanta, go North Carolina, and then we might be in Nashville or Jacksonville. And you buy for the area because that's what everybody buys. But a lot of these guys were just like bumping the base cards. I'm like, what? I mean, this is no lie. Well, during the surge, I bought a crap load of Ben Simmons and Mitch Trubisky dirt cheap, and they tripled in price, and I sold them. But I'm not sitting there telling people, oh, buy Ben Simmons right now and stuff like that. There was no point to it. And I saw what was going on, and I was like, I just don't want to show what I'm getting. I mean, if it was something cool that was PC or limited, I didn't mind doing it. And I still don't show all my mail days anymore. Occasionally I'll throw them in the video because some cool stuff or I hit in a break or something. But I just don't like doing that because then somebody out there is going to spend their hard-earned money. And if I'm wrong and I take a loss on it, that just sucks. And what's funny is now those guys that were doing that's preaching the same thing I just said.
Yep.
I never used that market movers crap. I got vintage card price thing that I pay for, and I've done it for multi years now, probably 5, 6, 7 years. It has the same thing as market movers on, except for it's not all fancy with the little crud all crossed it like that. They got a graph. They have what I need to see the numbers down. And see, this is the other thing. So all you guys go, I know I preached this in the video, going to card shows, right? And I showed a video on Terapeak. So you guys see how all the cards are selling, but you don't know. One, you could check that buy it now or the bins and stuff if you add alt to your Google Chrome. Okay. Just go to Google Chrome extension, just type in alt and it'll pull up, install it, and you can see all the best offers. But see, people are coming to me all the time with comps and shows, and they're like, oh, look at all these comps and so on. I'm like, that don't look right. And you know what? As soon as I go on Terapeak, I said, not underpaid for. And they're like, well, what do you mean? I said, you know how I can tell stuff's paid for? Let me show you what I have still on DC Sports right now that's not paid for. It's not on Terapeak. Exact heading. Or it shows up and I'm like, hey, that just got paid for last night, so I know it's going in my account today. So Terapeak is a very, very good tool because when you're trying to research newer cards, people will sit there, like, say me, Joey, and somebody else all have a freaking, I don't know, we all pull Trevor, or not Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones Genesis is out. We all get 10s on them or whatever. You know, I'll be like, hey, I think this should be an $8,000 card, where realistically it should be like a $3,000 card. Me, all three of us just start bidding on each other's stuff. And it goes on very, very frequently, non-paced, because I am not going to press the issue of Joey don't buy that card. So he's not going to get that strike from eBay. I'm just going to leave it unsold and cancel it. Let it fall off. And a lot of people have been doing that. I'm guessing that was a Void thing. The link, click it and go to.
Yeah. Yes.
I can tell by the name in a way.
Yeah.
I have been hoarding Gavin Lux PSA 10s for a while, along with Kyle Lewis. Don't forget about Kyle Lewis. I probably own about 15% of that population right now. Imagine the person that was hoarding like 1,000 of Gavin Lux PSA 10s, thinking he was going to corner the market.
Well,
and that was the funny thing, is people thought they could corner the markets with all the newer stuff with PSA 10s. And I'm like, you ain't going to corner it. I don't care if you're talking even silver prisms, because they're not, 2,000-3,000 pop level's not really that high when you look at the bigger stuff. But even if you own 40 of them, that's still not cornering the market. Yeah, I would call it straight up a scam, because it's proven. The Leafs CEO got involved in it. The dudes all got, from my understanding, they were supposed to send Brian Gray proof that they got all paid back and all the cards had to ship out, because he will take you to court. He has the money and the backings to do it. And because it's his product, he don't want that as a tarnished rep on his company. And I thought that was great. I mean, I had no issue with him doing it. And all it is people opening their stuff up and repackaging it. It's happened all through the years. There was a dude that did it with a flawless briefcase. This is in, I think, 16 or 17. You could tell from the shrink wrap around it, because, briefcase has the outer box shell around it, still white shell, usually, or black or something. Then it's shrink wrapped around it. The shrink wrap, the dude cut underneath there. And you could even tell that he tried to pull the Panini side thing off the briefcases. And he had on there pretty good, but somebody caught him. You're always going to get caught.
You might not get caught the first time, but you will get caught eventually. That's the
All it
problem.
takes is somebody to be, be aware that this stuff's going on, know what to look for. They see it, they start talking to other people. What do you think? Does this look right to you? And next thing you know, there is a lot of people out there on blowout forums that'll see it and they will go and dig in it and they will nail you. They will nail you quicker than anything onto it.
Yeah, I can't really say there's any player right now I'm hoarding at all. I'm still just PCing my guys, but hoarding anybody new, there's really nobody I'm hoarding new.
I have been. Not player wise, but card wise, yes. Because I might see something that's a disgusting patch and I just buy it because I want to hold it. I want to have it. I don't know. Maybe down the road, 1 year, 2 years, the guy explodes and wins a championship, and the $100, $200 card now turns into $500, $600. That's with the hopes of it. But with I buy stuff that's unique, and I've been saying that now for about a year and a half. Low pop, autograph, unique, whatever it may be, because you want something when you go to sell it, it stands out. What?
Teddy.
Actually, his bulls didn't come back 10s. They were 9s. So he's really not technically holding PSA 10s. We'll just say that.
No. You forgot to put Taco Fall in there as well.
Well, when I see the list when they pop with the grades, I'm like, what? Who is this dude? I just laughed because it was just send every rookie card in. I was at least a little more top couple, but I wasn't playing the game that's, hoping one of the guys would actually have a great season and come out. I mean, I had stuff here like, what was the dude for the Raptors last year? Malachi Flynn. I have his green out of Prism, the neon green. I think it's out of 99. I was going to grade it. Really was. Then I see what his autos are selling for, and I'm like, I'll just sell the show. $20. I don't care. But you have to, that's what I do. I go through my stuff. Probably if I don't get to monthly, it starts bugging me. And I start scrolling through, and that's how I start filling up my displays. And what's funny is that stuff there, people see and they're like, how much you want for it? Hey, you want it all? Make me an offer.
And my boy Cameron Johnson had a game the other night. Good for him. That's about it. I was Cameron Johnson. I was grabbing him.
Who's breaking tonight?
The guy who with Leaf. The guy who did Leaf scam.
Hold on. I'm looking this up. I know somebody was pressing it with eBay onto this too, and they have connections with the people at eBay. A matter of fact, I know the guy interviewed somebody from eBay within the last 18 months. Because the dude took all his videos down.
I thought he put them back up.
Oh, I can't do it. Never mind. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's why.
I like Kalenic, but I actually like Jarren Duran from the Red Sox. I like that kid. I think he'll have a pretty good season. But doesn't mean I'm like going to go out and go buy every damn car there is. But I like Jarren Duran with the Red Sox this year.
I'm not showing this dude live right now unless he's breaking on like Whatnot or something.
Probably on Whatnot. That's one thing I'm not getting into. I'm not going to have no Whatnot. No thanks.
If he's breaking tonight, it's not live because I can't see it unless he's only inviting the people to break to watch his video. Because you know how many people will bust him out on there right now? Because his stuff is everywhere. Blowout forums, Facebook groups, Twitter, Instagram. I don't even know. Probably freaking TikTok and everything else right now. I don't know what else there is. Snapchatter or whatever it's called. Man, people will just flock on there. There used to be a guy. So, like, if you got busted in a scam and they found you, he used to tweet to the like he had something stupid like 100,000 followers. He'd tweet, "Hey, this guy's breaking tonight, known scammer." He would link you to the blowout forum that would show you everything. These dudes used to flock in there. Like you couldn't even ban that many people that quick. It was like when Mr. Beast would be doing stuff.
Yeah, I know he ain't done nothing in a while. Shame.
I don't know anything about Luke Williams, so I couldn't tell you. Oh, that's all because of nutting in the Pirates. He just wants that money.
Yeah, I never heard of Luke Williams. Who's that? Is that supposed to be? Is that going to be a football prospect? Is that going to be in the draft?
Honestly, I haven't paid much attention to the draft except for Pickett's on what I've been watching.
Yeah, I haven't.
And the only reason I'm not Pickett because he's a University of Pitt guy. I am not going after him saying he's going to be the best one in the thing. Like last year, I picked Mac Jones out of the bunch. It wasn't a hard one to pick.
Platoon guy. Oh, look at that. Oh, Sean.
Huh. Yeah, I don't have it. I mean, I literally just
because it's at 9:50. 9:50 Pacific, 12:50 Eastern, Friday night.
did he post this in his community?
So he's West Coast, huh? So he's like 9:50 my time.
Yeah, he must have posted that on Facebook or something because I don't have anything on his YouTube on it. Well, that dude's about to get eaten up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I literally, like I said, I got 3 boxes in and I wanted to just, because they're just so heavy, I put them up all once. Joey Grau wanted them. I should take them because otherwise I'm going to take them to the show and sell them.
I grabbed them and I'm going to go wander hunting. If I hit a wander, I'm going to send to get graded. If I don't, hey, it is what it is.
Who knows? Maybe you'll pull a poster auto again. Oh no, that was archives.
That was archives. Hey, maybe I pull a nice triple relic auto or something out of it. That'd be kind of nice. Maybe I hit a Trout, Soto, Acuna, Tatis, Franco.
I opened up Spectra at T-Mall today. That video comes out tomorrow, and then the WWE box. The WWE box was weird. That's all I gotta say. It was kind of interesting, and the auto I pulled, I would not think it would sell for what it does. It was there's one out now. I think it's out $199. The one I pulled is out $99. I was like, whoa. I was just in shock with what people are paying because you would not expect it for this person.
How'd that Spectra go?
You'll see a video tomorrow.
Hold on. I'm gonna go Gladiator.
I'll put you this way. My box is better than all yours put together.
I'm sure it probably was because mine were trash. Oh, Luke Williams, that outfielder for the Phillies. Gotcha. Yeah, he had a pretty little bit of a hype because he was like doing some cool shit. There's a grading company out there that has been scamming me out of 200. I posted on the scammers page. And then
what grading company?
Yeah. Pickett small hands. I saw that.
That's what they said. He has small hands and he won't be able to hold the ball good. I laughed at that.
I saw that article too.
His hand only measures 6 inches, 6.2 inches or something. I forget what it was. Yeah. I was like, and well, he would have the smallest starting quarterback hand, and I forget who they said was above him. I was surprised. I'm
sure Doug Flutie didn't have big hands.
No, this guy, if he starts as a quarterback, will make history for the smallest hand ever. I that's what that article said. I don't know. I don't sit there and follow stats like that.
Maybe his balls are come out nice and tight spirals because they're tiny. Then they could come out looking like flat out ducks.
You know what I thought? Because he was talking about grading companies and stuff. That last video I did showed all these other grading companies and their numbers. and
Yeah.
where half of them haven't even like hit any numbers, and they were grading a ton of cards trying to get YouTube people to do it and stuff like that, and the numbers are real low.
All right. Dante Culpepper had decent career. That's what they're saying about Dante Culpepper. He had small hands, but he had a pretty decent career with the Vikings.
Wait, what did that say? Somebody just made a comment. They're like, wow, I replied to one of your videos about getting a Dominguez out of 75 out of a break. When sent to me, it was in a soft sleeve floating around the package with all the other base cards. It was the same Yo Bro thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I just said it popped my phone. I was like, what does that mean? I thought it was on this. It's not. It's on a video. Because I keep my phone next to me just so it alerts me when stuff hits.
I'm so glad they're going to have the shift. They're getting rid of that. Oh, I can't stand the shift. Can't stand it.
I'm glad there's no more runners on base and extra innings.
I'm glad they're going to have a universal DH in both leagues.
Well, that there, and it's back to doubleheaders being 9 innings too, it said.
Well, they're going to have a full season. They're going to have a full 162. So they'll probably have 3 weeks of spring training. They're going to have season start in April. So they'll have a full season, which is good. I'm glad they got the pitch clock so they can speed it up a little bit. It's just fine. The bigger bases I don't get. They want to make the bases, they made the bases a little bit bigger. I'm like, okay.
This hockey game was tied. I want to see what it ended in. Oh, Pittsburgh came back 3 goals in the third period. Wow. That was a good game. If anybody's watching the hockey, the Penguins and the Vegas Knights, that was actually a good game up until I stopped at the end of the second period because of this. I was curious what it ended up at.
Oh, yeah, the shift killed all those left-handed hitters. You know, unless you're able to hit it the opposite direction, but a lot of these guys couldn't. They were all pullers, and it killed them. This is going to help them tremendously.
Your pig ear off my foot. I am not holding that. You know,
I like the pitch clock, especially for the relievers, because it's going to make those relievers go quicker, and it's going to give those batters less time to think about what's coming next.
That's who it was. The other one, Vic. I knew it was somebody else that had the next smallest hands. It was Vic.
Vic had a good career too.
Holy cow! I'm getting all kind of emails popping up here.
Oh, bigger bases for stolen. Okay, I'm down for that. I'm down for stolen bases. I like that. I miss the whole stealing bases. That's part of the game that just died for the longest time. I mean, hell, Ricky Henderson had, 139 in 1 year? One team hasn't even hit that yet. Since then, I love it.
I'm trying to think what this video was that I did. I don't remember this dude's name. Somebody took one of the scammers, and they're in the next phase of it. He was making fake cards, and I'm thinking it might have been a Mercari thing. But they're taking him civil and criminal charges against him. And if anybody else was ripped off, he wants me to call him up. I'll do it tomorrow.
Nice.
Well, I'll tell you, you make the wrong person mad, and they have nothing more than time and some money to throw in the right attorney. Whew. So it's proven time after time again. You just don't see it a lot because people think that the whole justice system is going to be screwy. But I mean, heck, look at that one where they did that deal, went to Cincinnati, and they busted him.
Yep.
I'm really trying to think what video I did with the fake cards. I think it had to be the ones on Mercari where the guy was reprinting cards out.
Either that or the fake slab cards.
Well, he was doing both. He was doing slabs and cards.
That might be it.
And the thing was with the cards, he was using Tops and the whatever sport it was, League 2, which is trademarked. They could hit you hard because back in the day, remember in the 90s when they were doing the counterfeit cards, but they were very they weren't using like Tops logos. It was mostly Bo Jackson and Michael Jordan.
I think it was that one you did the Mahomes where the guy had the back of it and it was supposed to be and it was different.
Yeah, it was with the it didn't have the stamp on the back for the numbering.
That's
and
it.
Also where it said in the writing at the bottom it's an authentic autograph was the wrong font.
That's right. Probably that one.
Because he said he wished he would have, seen all this and stuff before for the knowledge on it. But yeah, it's crazy. And it's good though. I'm glad people are seeing the videos and using the knowledge out there because there's just too many people out there doing wrong. I can tell you now, one dude, it was a couple months ago, it was at Shepherdsville show. I guess there was a guy going around with the Jordan rookie and somebody asked about it. I said, that's not real. And I said, I wouldn't buy it banged up like that anyhow, raw. It just didn't look right. And I didn't really have a good look at it. I mean, the dot was on the back under the 27.3 and something else. Well, some guy bought it. And somebody else looked at it and said, that's a fake. He tried to run out after him. The dude was getting in his car and he saw other people in there and backed away. I said, man, I ran out there with about 5 or 6 people and drugged that dude back in. Get your money back for it. But the Bulls logo was very blurry. And then where the basketball is at the bottom is another one you could find. But I mean, I wasn't wasn't pulling out my magnifying glass there when the guy asked you to buy it. I knew it didn't look right.
Well, yeah, card companies they're all copyrighted. They're going to throw the book at them, of course. That's fraud.
But you have to have a big enough case to where that trademark company is going to come after you. This guy, if it's the one we're talking, he was taking stickers and wiping them and putting them on cards. And he was reprinting other cards like Bowman rookies of Brady. And then he had these slab cases and he was putting them in there. When he was doing the slab cases, he said, I'll say the format, you can print your own labels, make them look just like PSA. Well, after I said something and me and him went back and forth in the email, he removed that statement off of the Mercari thing. And that's why I was like, I'm done. There was a dude in Indianapolis that was doing the sticker auto. The other guy was out of like Texas or something. But yeah, those sticker autos, they were showing up at shows. And you could tell by certain players that the cards should be numbered. Like Tom Brady's, those should be numbered. Especially when you were getting printing plate autos. They didn't do printing plate autos. So when they did, they were only the rookie class. I remembered it.
Well, not just that. Any Brady auto you get nowadays will have a number. He ain't going to sign no base auto.
Well, certain players, correct. But there are other players out there that aren't numbered. You have to know. That's the thing is if you don't know the products and how they came through the years, especially when you're buying like from 2010 to 2015, 16, a lot of people don't know that, especially with Upper Deck stuff and Tops and whatever it was. There's a lot you got to look at onto that. There was somebody who posted, he's a YouTuber, posted on his Twitter and he found fake downtowns out there. Or was it downtowns or kabooms? One of the two. I can't remember. But the ink on the back is off on him. I'm still waiting for him to do the video on it. It's been about 3 weeks now. Two at least. I think 3 though. Still has done a video.
I love Teddy. He just throws out players' names. He thinks he's going to have a big year. I love it.
Hey, I loved it when I was a kid and everybody was hyping Chris Sabo up in what was his name? Jeffries. Man, I was trading the crap out of them cards for Jordans back in the day. Mm-mm-mm. I remember having the Dale Murphy reverse negative, trading it into a Jordan rookie. I wanted it bad. I had to put a big pretty penny up. I remember putting in a Walter Payton rookie, and gosh, I can't remember what else there was. But I had 2 Gary Sheffield errors from Upper Deck where the shortstop was upside down. Was there? I think Ben McDonald was big then, and somebody else. I remember just trading a big stack. I was so proud of myself.
Todd
Van Poppel, that was the other one. Poppel too. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
everybody was big on him. I had,
and Brian
because back
Taylor.
then you didn't have the worldwide internet. You only saw what you seen with card shows or at school or your shops.
Don't forget Brian Taylor.
I remember trading Ryan Leafs for Jordans. They were all like thinking he was going to be the next big thing.
Brian Taylor was a big deal. Gary Sheffield, he had a good career. Ben McDonald, oh God, Todd Van Poppel. I'm trying to think who. Eric Karros was huge. David Justice was huge.
Play is it now? Okay.
I mean, it was just mad during that time. John Olerud.
So I'm in a winter weather advisory while Frankfurt and Lexington are in a winter storm warning. Man, I went to lay down after work. It was like 4:10, right? Laid in there. Pug was just wide awake. I threw her a freaking biscuit. She was chewing it in the bed. I didn't even care. I just tired. All of a sudden, I hear the cat, and she has like a cracked cackle when she gets excited and sees something, right? I'm like, what the hell was out there? It's not even lizard season yet, right? I get up, it's all this snow coming. It was just like a whiteout. It was nothing sticking. I mean, maybe like a 1/4 inch out there. She was having a fit. And I'm like, oh, there was my day. Let me go back downstairs and work. Thanks, guys. I'm up tonight. You're all up. And actually, Puggy is because she has a pig ear under me.
Shannon, you talk do I think Pete Alonso is undervalued?
I think he's this next generation Adam Dunn right now. That's about it.
That's a good assessment. I can get down with that. I think he needs
a lot more plate discipline than anything.
Yeah.
He might turn into who was that Phillies dude? Ryan Howard. From way back in the day. Or not Ryan Howard. It was what was the other dude's name? It was Ryan Howard, and there was another dude, his Prince Fielder.
Oh, Prince Fielder?
Yeah. The son, Fielder. Yeah, Cecil was the dad, Prince was Prince Fielder. Yeah. Man, they had so much hype.
Do I think he's undervalued? No, he's probably valued where he needs to be. I mean, unless he goes out there and tears it up again. But to me, I think he's going to have an inconsistent career.
Steven, he goes live, I think he said 12:50 in the morning Eastern time. Oh, that was you. I just got an email from. I think. No.
Hey, Mike Mussina is a Hall of Famer, so Mike Mussina, you can't really bash Mike Mussina. I was a big Mike Mussina fan, though. Guy pitched hard. He's pretty consistent too. But Pete Alonso, rookie.
I cashed out on him. I ain't gonna lie. I had some of his stuff and got rid of it quick.
If you think here's the thing, there's no right or wrong way. If that's a guy who you have a feeling about going after, go after him. But I wouldn't go like balls to the wall grabbing him. Just be cautious, grab a couple of nice ones and see what happens.
Steven, what were the cards that you talk about? The ones that I found on Macari. Now that you're in here, is that the guy you're talking about in the email?
Like, put it this way, Shannon. I kind of went a little balls to the wall on Yohan Moncada. I still like Yohan Moncada, but I think I don't see him being what I thought he was going to be.
Oh, you're the guy before that. Okay, never mind, never mind.
Pete Alonso's the same one, is in that same kind of category to me. Good player, going to be inconsistent. Yohan Moncada, I think, is a good player, just going to be inconsistent now. You know, I'd
That's
rather
what
punt the Yohan Moncada stuff.
I got. I'll just still need to be signed by him. Okay, yep. I got you. You posted the comment. That's right. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to get it. I just had like 4 emails pop up about people talking about scammers on my email. When I go live, for some reason, I get a lot of emails on that stuff. I'm just trying to picture who's who. I seen your comment. Yep, it's 12:50. He goes live. So yeah, yours was the Bowman Chrome and Dominguez out of 75. That's a shame, man. He just freaking sleeved it and threw it in a stack of cards. He must have not pre-opened that box up.
Hey, Void, what's up? Jose Abreu, I like Jose Abreu. He did have an MVP season, but that was the Corona-stricken year, if I'm not mistaken on that. But I like Abreu, but I wouldn't go. He's going to be cheap right now. Abreu is. So, I mean, it's kind of one of those things. The whole White Sox team is loaded with Jimenez, Moncada, Vaughn, Abreu, Tim Anderson. They're still all there. So there's no telling how Abreu would do. He might be lost in the static on that.
Boyd,
I'll tell you what I say all the time. If you're going to invest in stuff, just be cautious of what you're getting or what you want to get or who you're getting into. I mean, there's no right way or wrong way to collect what you want to collect. But if you're going to go balls to the wall, just do your research on what you want or what you think. You might just want to go grab one huge card and hold on to it. Don't want to put too many eggs in one basket, and then you'd be just screwed having like 30 PSA 10 Alonzo Topps rookie cards.
I think Julio Rodriguez will do better in Kelnick.
Oh no, Julio Rodriguez is the real deal, guys. I've seen that cat play
In the minors.
Yeah, but the kid can hit.
Majors is way different when you get up the big
I understand that, but the kid's different. I like him. But that boat already sailed. His stuff is already. If you didn't buy it a long time ago, good luck now because it's up. It's up.
It was funny. I had the Mariners left in my Bowman case that year. I think that was the year of Dominguez and them that Julio came out, if I recall right. Or no, it was Wander's year. So nobody wanted to buy the Mariners. I was going to take them. Finally, my buddy Vinny's like, I'll take them. I had a half case of Hobby and a half case of Jumbo. 2 blues got pulled. I said, dude, I'd grade them and just hold them. You're in it for very little. Sold them both raw for like $300-$400 right at that thing.
Oh.
I know.
If he had got him grading 10, he'd be woo. That's the thing.
Me, if I would have graded both 10s, I probably would have sold one just to pay for everything and held the other one because it had no value to me whatsoever. But the only Julio I have is that 1 out of 25 from Sapphire. It's sitting at PSA. If that thing 10s, oh gosh.
That's the whole thing with these prospects, guys. You buy them, you got to hold them. You got to hold them for a couple, 4 years until they get their call up or whatever. You got to hold them.
The low end ones, maybe, but not the high end. Because here's the thing: if you pulled a Dominguez auto, and we're going to say a speckle out of 71, I would sell that thing in a heartbeat and buy somebody's trusted, then hold that thing later on. There's just no way around it. Now, if I had 3 Dominguez autos, would I hold one? Yeah, I'd hold one. But
I'd hold one.
I would not lose the money that's out there on the big ones because here's the thing: you could forfeit that money by sitting on it, or you can get it and buy some other stuff. Maybe that other one or 2 cards go down and the other 3 go up. You still make money in the long run onto it. But for baseball, I've seen years of Mickey Moniak people chasing him and stuff like that, to where it was bust after bust after bust. The year of Tatis, I had one guy who was a solid White Sox guy. I bought him. I pulled 2 golds for him, a blue. That's how much Bowman I broke back in a day, and probably 5 or 6 base, and I know at least 2 refractors. He held them all. Just sold them during the hype. The other guy was Soto. Nowhere I ever thought about. He had the most weird looking picture in the card. I had one guy I'd always buy Nationals fan. He made money off it, but nobody, they would sit in my store for a day and they're like, I didn't know you put more in there. I'm grabbing them. Hey, yeah, I fill up on Fridays. Just go in and grab them. But everybody was Mickey Moniak, Vlad Jr., and somebody else that year. Can't remember. And I can tell you, whenever Acuna came out, nobody was real high on his first moment. It was other players. Yeah.
I mean, like Bobby Witt, I think is a good one. I think Brett Beatty right now. I mean, yeah, his stuff's kind of starting to go up a little bit like that, but I think he's the Mets' future third baseman. I like him.
Might be future. I don't know if he's going to be good or not. I don't really get into that because, see, my thing is, if I got to hold you 3 to 5 years to see if you actually get called up and play, and I can make good money on that card being a 10 right now during the so-called hype part of it all, I'd rather take that money and go buy somebody I could see playing in the big leagues in basketball or football right now and take my chances that way. And that's always been my thing. There's a lot of people at prospect. If Jacob was on here, Jacob does it all the time.
Like
I will invest into low end players that might make it in the long run because I like them, but I don't invest crazy money. I might put $500 in and get 2 base and 2 color autos, and then I grade them. They get 10s or 9.5s or whatever, and I hold them.
Like everybody this year's after Marcelo Mayer and Cowser and stuff like that. Okay, if you're going to go heavy on Mayer, you might as well just grab everything in a case if you can. Grab what you can of it. Keep 1 or 2, grade them, and then move the rest now while they're hot. Just hold a couple. If you're gonna hold, at least have a couple of extras to hold. Not just all. Just get rid of them. It's just the Mayer. I don't know yet. I'm not sure on Mayer yet. Don't know.
I mean, look at Blaze Jordan. Everybody was on him, and now they're not, because you know what? He has power. His play discipline's what kills it right now. You're not going to know how well these guys do unless they get immediately called up. And normally the guys that get called up very quickly or the players they get from that's where it's not in the United States. They're coming from like Puerto Rico and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're doing the international drafts.
Yeah, that's where you usually see them come up a lot quicker. But like rare examples would be Bobby Witt this year. More than likely he'll be up by, if he doesn't start this year, he'll be up by All-Star break.
Well, I think Brett Beatty. I mean, Wheels. I think Brett Beatty is going to be pretty good for the Mets. I do. I like Brett Beatty. Well, Lindor didn't ruin the Mets didn't ruin Lindor's career. Lindor ruined his career by staying with the Mets. That's the difference. They paid him. That was his choice to stay. No one told him to stay. Like Austin Martin, Mike says, you're going to invest in Austin Martin, you might as well grab a bunch of stuff by him and then keep a couple of it, but then move some of the others. Austin Martin, another guy. Don't know. We don't know yet.
Yeah, like I pulled a Witt and it graded, and I sold it, made some money, and I just put it into my fund for my Clemente that I bought last year. That was my whole purpose onto it. Spent, I don't know, $200 in the box of Bowman whenever I got on pre-order, and opened it, got my thing, said I'm good. I think I opened 4 boxes out of it and graded it, said, hey, somebody wants to pay me $2,500 for this card, go for it. Took it, put it towards my Clemente fund that I purchase every year.
Well, the Bobby Wood I had 2 autos. I had the Donruss, that green Mojo 9. I moved that one, but I did keep the Bowman Sterling auto 9 I have. Those are the only 2 Bobby Woods I had, but I moved one, but I kept one. I kept the Sterling. So I mean, I could have held on to both of them, but I was like, no, I'm just going to move one right now, but keep one.
What's usually I've been doing that for years. I mean, I did with Zion. I cashed out him and Luca both, but I did keep a lot of Zion. I think I got like 3 or 4 cards total left of Zion that I don't even care if they go up or down. Well, I like them to go up right now, I'll be honest. But I did the same thing with Luca. I had so many silver prisms of him, over 20, between quad 9.5s and PSA 10s. But when I see it hit almost 5,000, I gradually didn't want to flood the market at one time. I was just doing like 1 a week or 2 a week. And or I'd post one of my slabs under comps and people bought them. And I'm like, I'll hold a couple autos of Luca, and I kept one of each silver just to have. But cash out on Luca was huge to where I was able to keep the contenders and contenders variation auto that I have graded, the select auto of him graded. I have something else of his too. I have still the Prism Tiger stripe. Another one too up there. I don't even remember, but I kept them because those there were most important to me. If a guy 10 years from now becomes a great player in a game and they double in value, so be it. Otherwise, I'm at no loss. If I lose them, I do lose a big chunk of money, but I made money, so it's just money that I wouldn't have had.
Hey, people.
What are you doing underneath me?
Everything's a gamble. You just never know.
Look, take your figure over here. Here. Stay away from cords. You don't want that. All right, go ahead and chew. Figure is driving me insane. It's being thrown in the air, flipped around. No, you're not in trouble. Here. Chew. Oh yeah, I don't get half of that either. To me, when the prices get insane, and I have some of it, I sell like 50% of it, and then I start thinking, how much do I really want to hold after that?
That's funny, that you say Luciano. I pulled a 1-of-1 black at a Bowman this year. The Bowman draft. It's a prospect, not a first year, nothing. I sent it to get graded, and I intend on moving it. I'm expecting to get it maybe a 9 or a 9.5 with SGC, but I'm not holding it because I know a lot of people are grabbing his stuff right now.
I mean, I just been mostly buying my vintage.
Yeah.
Because you don't see a lot of the vintage I have at shows. It's graded. And that's just me. I feel safe with the word vintage or they're retired to an extent, depending on their age of being retired, to where they're not going to go out and do something dumb, hopefully. But
I feel safe with Hall of Fame. Pretty much cemented.
I mean, I would feel safe buying a LeBron auto right now because he don't sign anymore and it's upper deck and he's not in the Hall of Fame. I feel safe buying Crosby or Ovechkin stuff. And they're not in the Hall of Fame yet. There's certain players out there that I feel safe with because unless they go out there, kill somebody, getting some kind of rape case or something like that, their stuff really won't go down in value. But it's me looking at the newer stuff that, I mean, look like an example. Like I always say, Luca had so much hype, but then you look at Trae Young, who's gone further in his career with, championships, not numbers wise. He made it further in, but there's a big gap difference between them. It makes no sense. Now, if Trae Young leaves the Hawks, and say he goes and plays with Morant or Luca or somebody that's hot right now, all of a sudden his stuff goes up. But it's because the market of the teams too with a lot of stuff that really hurts it.
Well, look, for instance, a couple of days ago with Russell Wilson. He goes to Denver. You saw nothing but my slabs flooded with them.
Oh yeah, because everybody wants to make their money.
And people were buying them.
Hey, people are going to take that risk because you got to remember the people that started with my slabs on there as sellers, we all sold during the hype. We didn't really buy, we picked and choose during it. Okay. So now you have this abundance of money that's been sitting there. You're like, what do I want to do with it? Do I want to buy me that PSA 10 Charizard or something like that? So these guys now are doing stuff like that. I mean, I know guys that are buying freaking Trubisky right now, hoping he signs with a team so they can hurry up and flip the card. I've known about this for 6 months. They've been doing it. But that's their gamble every year they do. But they made so much money during the hype, and I'm talking 6 to 7 figures, depending on which person it is, that they're doing that.
Like me, I like Tatum and Donovan Mitchell right now. I think they'll get a huge bump when all the other players start to move out and get out. I think Donovan Mitchell and Tatum. I think they're really good young players, and I like them a lot.
It could. It's just going to depend on what they do with their career. Are they going to win a championship? Are they going to make some records? It all goes down to it because really Curry's stuff was decently priced until probably last year. I mean, even with the championships he won, you could still find a nice, good Curry autograph at a decent price. And I'm not talking rookie year NT stuff like that. But I'm just talking the last couple of years Curry auto.
But since he broke
cheap,
that
Susie set that 3-pointer record, and everybody knew he was going for it.
Done. Because you got to remember LeBron, Durant, those guys are going this way on their career. They're starting to go. They're gonna be gone soon. The young guys are going to take over, like Luka, Trey, Morant. I put Mitchell. I put Tatum in there. I put, oh God, Embiid in there. Even though Embiid he's getting up there. I see, guys like that. I see them pushing the league because LeBron and Durant have like held it for so long. It's going to be gone. They're going to be gone eventually.
Durant's never been a name until he signed with the Nets and he came and started playing.
He never
Nobody bought Durant stuff.
No, till he was with the Warriors.
No, his stuff didn't even get bumped with the Warriors. You could buy PSA 10 Topps Chrome rookies cheap still. When he signed the Nets and was out for a year, his stuff was cheap. So he started coming back when there was about a month out. They started getting a little spike. After he started playing, and it was like, crazy stuff, his stuff skyrocketed. You couldn't pay for it anymore. It was stupid in price. All you gotta take is one person like Gary Vee to talk about somebody, and next thing you know, the whole world's after him. Yep. Only difference is with Durant, he had backings. Now you got 2 USA gold medals, US championships, all that stuff. Good, well-rounded player. I would build a team around Durant. I always said that.
I mean, look at Giannis. Giannis has been there for a little bit. Like I said, there's the new breed coming up right now that's going to start taking away the old breed. Like Chris Paul will be gone soon. LeBron will be gone. Durant will be gone. It's just it's going to start dwindling into the young bucks are going to take over. I like Mitchell and I like Tatum. Those are the 2 guys that I think start carrying it a little bit more. Tatum's in a good spot with the Celtics. They always try to have some kind of good team.
Mitchell's that's the thing. If you heartily believe in that, go for them autos now before they go stupid.
Mitchell, he got Gobert. They got a nice little 1-2 for how long?
That's the thing is if you got faith in them and that's who you believe into, and the stuff you think is relatively cheap, buy the autos now. Because in 3-4 years, you're not going to be able to touch them for the price that people are going to want for them.
Yep. But like
the Knicks, oh my gosh.
But we talked about how I think the hype's pretty much over. The market has pretty much leveled itself out. to a certain extent.
I don't think it'll level out for another couple months. I said by summer, when PSA pretty much is down about 10% backlog, we're really going to be able to gauge those numbers. Beckett will never see because they're so far behind. But I think at that time frame, you're going to see where everything's at. The next thing it's going to determine is fanatics on how that market trends on newer product only. Because if they come out and it's crappy and everything, you're going to see the market go a little bit more down. But you're going to see that on the newer stuff to where box prices and stuff like that. But in a long run, if you start going back in time, people are like, oh man, remember when Panini was out, the NT and flawless RPAs? Next thing you know, somebody says something like that has a big following, boof, up in the air with that stuff. And right now, I mean, I know Teddy will agree with me. Some of the guys will just float anybody will give a couple bucks to get you promoted on their channel.
Yep.
I think Luca will be part of it. I think they'll be part of the face out there. Because they were trying to push that 2 years ago on to with his triple doubles records and stuff. I mean, will he win a championship? No idea. If he does, that'll probably be my time I say goodbye to all my Lucas stuff that I got left. Because at that time frame, once you win that championship, there's not much more room for your cards to go up unless Gary V talks about you. So
that's why I like Tatum.
It's retirement and then Hall of Fame and death after that. I always stuck to the simplest things when I looked at your rookie, and then how you play your next 2 years will help determine where you're going to be at. Then it's all about number of records you break in championships. Granted, if you win one championship, you're good. But unless your name's Tom Brady and you win freaking every championship and record and stuff out there and stuff like that. Now they just make records of records out there. It could be any kind of record. Oh, the most, touchdowns to how many players record and stuff. But
look at this year. Did anybody out there buy DeMar DeRozan before the season started?
I only know 2 people that did.
But that's what I'm saying. DeMar DeRozan came out of nowhere. He's been on teams his whole career, and this year with the Bulls.
Depends how you're utilized. And you got to imagine.
He's an MVP consideration. But to me, I think Tatum is in the best spot. He's on the Celtics, which is one of the biggest teams in the league. I think they'll keep building around him. I think he'll stay there for most of his career.
The only reason DeRozan did well in Chicago is because he went in there, became the voice of the locker room and said, we're not transforming our game like this. We're doing it like this because this is how I thrive. And I can tell you now that's a true fact. And it just shows offhand that it paid dividends for him. Because if you don't play to the person's strengths, then it's no good. And if that's who you're going to put your team around with a bunch of young guys, play the strength and it'll help. Oh, man, it's going to be bad here. What's the next 6 months, Teddy? What's the next 6 months? Watch how much stuff is just floating. And people are like, oh, I'll invest a couple $100 in this and just tanks more. It's just like anything out there. You look at the economy, supply and demand. And when you have plenty of supply and very little demand, it won't matter. Even if the guy goes out there and breaks the home run record, it ain't going to matter. His cards will go up, but then they'll slowly go right back down again. But over time, cards are always going to go up because, like vintage, you have a slow maturity rate onto it because of just with that. But when you start hitting the high pop counts for certain graded cards, it's not going to go up a whole lot.
Like I know Miguel Cabrera is a big deal right now because he's getting close to the 3,000 hit mark. The guy's already a Hall of Famer anyway, Triple Crown MVP, so I'm sure when he gets closer and closer to that 3,000, you're going to see a spike in his stuff. When he hits the 3,000, and then after that, it's going to go back down. It just when they get close to those milestones, you got to think about either do you want to pick up before, you want to pick or not pick up at all.
They tell you, when I think of sponsorships, it would be like BCW sponsoring me for my videos. It would be like Tops, Upper Deck. I don't look for somebody paying me to do video sponsorship commercials in my stuff. That is, I'm trying to think how I could say this. That's doing repack boxes and stuff like that. I just don't believe in it. Now, like I said, now, like, knock on wood, I have a good relationship with BCW, or like I would rather do a free video about my slabs and have the owner pay me for it. Just me. Would it be nice? Oh, I used the money so I could go to pay for card show travel. I'm going to go to the card show regardless. But if BCW was like, hey, they used to, when we were breakers, they were one of my sponsors. They would give me X amount of free top loaders and stuff like that, the little box cutters and stuff like that there. I had no problem doing that because there was nothing onto it that could turn to me being malicious offhand. But as far as sponsoring certain things, I wouldn't do it. It would be very, very few things. Do I mind reviewing product? No. But as far as being in my video for 2 months or a month, no. Now, granted, if Pepsi came along and told me they'd pay me like $500,000 for a year's worth of ads, I'd be like, hey, guys, I just got paid by Pepsi. Don't mind this ad. You guys are going to see for the next year.
Next thing you know, I see a truck pulling up with 30 cases of Pepsi at my house. I'm like, what the hell did you do? I'd be like, you better take that shit back and bring me Mountain Dew.
Mess around, I'll get Red Bull to sponsor me.
Oh, you do that, dude? Yeah, you definitely can send me some. Me and my wife love it. We would be like, yeah, you can send us a couple cases a month.
I can't tell you how many people hit me up during the surge about, oh man, if you do this, we'll give you 10% off codes.
I remember that.
And then we'll give you X amount of money per thing. Yeah. I'm like, I am not being some damn affiliate onto this stuff.
Come on,
That's
you know you want to cash out.
Thing.
You want to be their cash whore. Come on, you know you want to cash out and just.
Well, why would I push myself to give 10% discounts, get this little chunk of change while you're still making a huge profit off all my advertising I'm doing to your thing? That makes no sense. It doesn't.
Because the gravy train don't come very often, brother. You got to take that shit when you can.
Yeah, no, if I don't believe in it, I wouldn't even give them the time of the day. And I even offered them people come on live. I think I only had 1 or 2 people actually do it too. Come on, talk about your product. Let the people in the audience know. They're going to know right off the bat if you're good or bad onto it. It just reminded me so much of those old info commercials, like Thigh Master with Susan Summers, who's still making millions a year off the Thigh Master and stuff.
That's crazy, man. That's absolutely insane. That is insane. I mean, just
think about the dumb stuff that's come out on infomercials where people are still making money off that stuff today.
I guarantee somewhere a Miss Cleo freaking advertisements going right now. Miss Cleo is probably still making a killing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure on that.
Miss Cleo, come on, man.
Do you remember Spuds McKenzie and those rare like things like that they used to run?
I had one of those. I had a big ass one in my house, man. My sisters back in the day won one at the fair, but this son of a bitch was like this tall, big old plush one. And I was like, what the hell is that? They're like, it's Spud McKenzie. And I was like, oh God. just like the old Budweiser frogs, and it's just.
Teddy, I'll tell you, cash is king no matter where you go. If you pull cash out, people will sell.
Mm-hmm.
But the catch is to be able to read who you're buying from. You could tell a guy at a show with a table who has not sold much all day. And you could walk up to him and offer him a big bundle at like 65, 70% at the end of that day. He's going to take it because he needs the money. And that's just the way it always has been. If you could read the people there, especially like when I'm set up at a show like next week, for example. Now, there's people I buy from all the time. I'm not using them as my example because we have good deals back and forth. But if I saw somebody new at the show, and we're just going to say they might ask, how you doing today? You doing well here? I'm like, oh, man, I'm doing well. You know, it's usually the case because I don't go to a show not to sell. And they're like, man, I've had a rough day. I'm like, dude, let me look. Oh, your price is a little bit high. Are you willing to work on it? Well, that's comps. No, dude, comps, that might be one thing. If it's a rare card, you're not going to see it every other table. But if you sold this on eBay, you're going to lose 13%. And you're looking at most of these people who come to these shows are wanting to buy the stuff.
Teddy, hey, that is one of the greatest movies ever. What's up, Greg? What's happening, man?
Oh, boy, Greg.
2016? Really? Wow. I'm sure somebody in their family is still getting those royalties.
Hey, Greg, I got a PSA order coming back tomorrow. Economy. It's in Louisville. Well, I'm pretty sure it's getting delivered tomorrow at Snow. I tend a card that just I went in and bought it at a show probably a year ago, dirt cheap. And pop level's low. When I show it, it's not baseball, but it's just amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah, he told me that I was like this.
Yeah.
He told me on the phone. All I did was like grab my phone and was like, and I said, good job.
And that's the thing is you don't always find that stuff at shows, okay? And when you do, that was one of the times I told you I spent over $1,000 a show. Normally I don't do that.
That was the Durant Kobe's time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I bought the
Yeah.
Durants. I bought the
Kobe's.
LeBron Topps Chrome that they had the chalk dust that everybody was going crazy for, and I graded all that stuff quick. Well, I still held a lot of these cards to be graded, and because I knew they looked good, at least 9s. And so far, only one came back disappointing me. It was in this order. It was an 8, but I kind of figured they had a shot at a 9, and 8 still made me a couple bucks on it. But man, how many days was between entering? There was economy.
December.
I can tell you they uploaded. No, it was January's one.
Was it January?
The second one, yeah. Not the Christmas one, but the one they ran after it into January. I got back tomorrow. But the thing is, the imaging took like a day and a half. It was stupid. I was shocked that the imaging went so quick. Then it was like another day and a half till I got tracking.
Yeah, I have one in this order, Greg. You'll like it. It got a 9, unfortunately, but it's still a nice card. Still nice.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is when you go to these shows, you can't expect every show you're going to find a gem and get it graded. And you can't expect that every time you buy stuff, you're going to make money off of it. So the best thing to always do is if you're down money on a card, try to work it in a deal to where you have a lot more room in other stuff. So it kind of averages out and you feel good at the end of the day. But then it's the only thing I could do to make myself feel good on losses. But when you go to shows as a buyer, trust me, you're going to take losses on to stuff and you got to take your wins big too. But I mean, the last show I went to, I dug through so many boxes, so many. Well, I mean, out of it, I might have found 3 cards for grading. The rest of this stuff was just cool stuff that, you know, is either going to be sold in the store or I already knew people that collected them and stuff. But it's hard, very, very hard if you expect every show, because you've seen these YouTube videos out there. You're going to flip it for thousands and hundreds of dollars. No.
No.
To me, if I could buy a lot for, say, $300, and at the end of the day, I could sell that lot for $350 after clearing everything, that to me is a good day. But I don't go out there looking for the big wins all the time. It just so happens you might go to a show one time and, you know, a lot of the older guys at these shows be with vintage. If you know vintage and you could talk the lingo with them, they are really good and know if they know you're set up there, they're like, I'll cut you a deal on this. And they really will, because at the end of the day, they've held this stuff forever and they just want to sell it.
Well, like after tonight, I'm going to go live after tonight. Well, after overtime, I'm going to go live. I got a PSA reveal and an SGC reveal. You'll see. Like I had, this was an old modern one that just came in, and an SGC order that just came in.
Will's, the best thing I can say, there's a time to be a shark and there's a time not to be a shark when you're buying and selling, okay? There's times that you know that if you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it to the person. And I don't mean take full advantage of them, but I'm talking about at the end of the show, there's guys that walk around buy tables out all the time. And I try to get there ahead of time to give the guy a little bit more money for what I want off the table, because I know these guys are going to do it. They always do. So there's a right way and a wrong way to be a shark, I guess I could say, out there and trying to get the deals done. But at the same time frame, you have to be lucky to dig through people's cheap boxes to find the stuff. And then a lot of the stuff I buy, there's guys that have 50% off boxes of stickers, and I will buy it. And then they'll still cut me a deal on it. I could take those same cards, send them to DC Sports, and make a profit, even with his consignment fees. But it's taking the time and effort to go do that every single week and not knowing it every time you do it that you're going to be a winner.
Maybe Wheels. I don't know.
No, you don't need one for tonight. You're good. No, trust me, you don't need one for tonight. If you got some rolls of pennies, it'd be the same thing.
Make it hail, baby. Make it hail.
Hey, you're the one who told me the grades already. I just do the PSA ones. I didn't know the SGCs.
The SGCs weren't bad. They're not crazy big cards. They're not bad.
Hey, Wills, he's also accepting foreign money now. So if you have pesos, he will take that. He will also take certain forms of cryptocurrency, long as it's not Bitcoin.
And I will not take anything Russian right now.
Man, there is a big fight on Facebook right now with all kind of people. So somebody posted this picture of companies that are no longer supporting Russia. And you can look at it two different ways, okay? And I'm not going to politics, but you got to see both points onto it. And it's not worth getting a heated argument over. One is, great, these companies have left. The other one is, boo, these companies left. What about the regular people who rely on their services? Well, some of these things are like UPS, FedEx, Adidas, Nike, and stuff like that. And back in my head, my thought process is, how do you rely on them to live day by day, especially Adidas and Nike? I can kind of see FedEx and UPS on shipments, okay? But I was just looking at it, and I'm like, I don't see the point on either side if onto it, but I don't see why it has to be a big debate over to where, I mean, there's some hateful things being said, very, very hateful.
Well, just like Netflix, they pulled from Russia.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them. There was something like 40 or 50 companies no longer will support anything Russia. I mean, I got it. I mean, kudos to them because they don't believe in something. That's fine. That's your belief. But at the same time frame, then people, flipping it around. Well, what about the poor people that have nothing to do involved with the political government?
Yep.
They can't have those services or those items. I don't know what to tell you onto it. It happens everywhere. You know, you go onto it.
Yeah, I don't know. I see their reasoning for unity and stuff like that, but Chris,
I'm more just wrapping it up because he's going to go live on his channel with a reveal. You know me, I start thinking and things hit me on a tangent.
well, I got a reveal, and I'm gonna crack this open too. I got this mosaic cello football. I'm gonna open up. Maybe
Don't
hit
bring up
something.
Sapphire. Now I'm going to want to go buy Sapphire. I just stopped my addiction to Sapphire.
I still have some sapphire stuff here.
You know, and now Bowman comes out into April. I'm going to want to get Bowman Sapphire. See what you did?
You're going to. You know you're going to.
I see. The only one I don't really get into is usually the update Sapphire. Well, this last year's update Sapphire was horrible unless you were chasing the vet autos. But draft Sapphire, I just never been a fan of it because it's just hold way too long onto it. For some, it's hold longer than regular Bowman and Bowman Chrome stuff. But I'm more like the
Yeah, no,
top.
I got into sapphire a little bit. Got into sapphire a little bit. I got the yellow Jackson Merrill first to 99. I got a little bit in the sapphire.
A little, not a little. I mean, I'm like I said, I still got some nice Sapphire stuff I kept. Still some stuff out being graded.
You know you're gonna get into it. Don't act like you were not going to.
I just didn't want to think about it. I want to think definitive. Now you got me on Sapphire again. Thanks.
Do
Buy,
it. Do
I
it.
thought
Do
just gonna
it.
go
Do
buy a
it. Do it.
case of it
Sapphire.
and call it a day.
Sapphire. Sapphire. You know what? Until next sapphire comes out, I'm gonna send him a picture of a box of sapphire for the next 2 weeks.
Pops up was it Topps Chrome update? One of them had an update Sapphire this year.
It was the year before. It was the one with
Was it a year before? I can't remember now.
Yeah, they didn't
One of
have
them
it
was
this
that
year.
update
Yeah.
year where it was only Arizona was in it. That's the
Yep,
only thing
yep,
I
yep.
remember. So
Yeah,
2
that
years
was that
ago,
one.
okay.
Yeah, that was they didn't have one last year. They didn't
That
have
stuff's still cheap though on there. It's like under $300 a box still.
Yeah. No, not at the casino tonight. Wifey is, but I'm not. I got this tonight and then the reveal and the crack that open. So
The secret he doesn't tell you is his wife makes the money at the casino, and if you know him well enough, he'll tell you he loses the money at the casino. But it's fun.
Actually, I haven't done too bad lately.
Let me text.
Text her?
No, I got a text.
Oh, so you can text her. I've actually been done.
Why
I've
did
actually
you send me 9 Facebook messages?
Who?
What the heck is going on here?
Because you blew up homie.
Oh no, these are old. I see them pop on my phone and read them. And it's like you have 9 messages that are unread on Facebook. And I'm like, how do I? Because you got to open up Messenger, click on each one. I can read it on my screen on my phone when I get the alert. No, I don't want to do a Pokemon costume. I'm thinking about more, maybe Power Ranger wise, something like that.
Just go My Little Pony. Go Care Bear.
No, that's already been done. The unicorns and all
Care
that
Bear.
stuff.
Be Care Bear.
It's been done.
Barney.
I'm going to find something unique.
Ultraman.
No, I'll think of something unique. I mean, for the longest time, there was only 2 people that had horn buzzers, and everybody had to have horn buzzers. Me and another guy had the hockey horn buzzer, and everybody had to get them.
You haven't even set that off in a while.
I wiped it down. It was dusty.
I
These
know.
batteries
You haven't
put into
used
it.
it in forever.
And you know what sucks is every time I think about it, I'm like, dang it, I didn't have the horn buzzers set up to go off tight. I don't even know where the remote is for it anymore. It used to be laying right here. And
Last time you didn't have no batteries in the damn thing either.
yeah, but now I don't know where the hockey puck is to it to even go. Oh, that's probably what I dropped earlier in here. Oh, there it is on the floor. Yep, that's what came off my desk earlier during the video. I just knocked something off my desk. I have no idea what it is because I got the microscope down here, boxes down here, that new man satchel purse, pieces to the new equipment for the Heat Hero tape and everything else because I've just been shipping away.
Yeah,
I'm
homie
like,
bought
what the
a
heck did I knock off?
homie bought a fanny pack today.
I'm proud of it. I'm gonna be one of them cool guys now. Look.
He's gonna be one of the cool kids, yo. Look at this.
Look at me now. I'm a cool guy at the shows, guys. I'm gonna wear it like up here. I'm gonna wear it different. I'm gonna wear it like super high. Like, oh, wait, there we go. I'm gonna wear it like this, super high.
Put it on your shoulder. Just put it on your shoulder.
No, because it's too hard to get. Then if I have it here, I could be like, hold on, I can get my money out, guys. Well, most people don't know is this came with these black lights that I bought. That's why.
Disgusting.
Dude. When I turned the black light on, let me tell you about something here. I went like this. So, yeah. Well, anyhow, so I'm in here shining this around here. We're looking at cards. I looked at my keyboard and I'm like, ew.
Oh, bro, come on, no,
check it out. It's all of like the dust and lint that comes off of stuff, like when you're opening and cutting cardboard. Because I took canned air, blew it all, and it was quite clean. And I was looking, I'm like, I just cleaned out my computer insides, and I'm like, why is there all this blue stuff in there? And I'm like, man, it's all the dust and stuff. So I had to clean all that out, get the vacuum cleaner down here and suck it all up.
Jesus, for the love of God.
One day, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go live when I go to like Dallas and I have a hotel room. I'm going to go live and we're going to go and inspect like the light switches, the toilet, the sink, and everything.
Oh, Lord.
And we're going to stay at one of the most prestigious hotels, too. It's like $200 a night for like a Hyatt or whatever they are. Bro. No, the fanny pack came with the black lights. No, they came all together. It was all part of it because you could put them in there with the little accessories and all that. So that's the only reason why I have that. I didn't like. Now I did purposely buy these. These are like fireproof because my issue is when I go to these shows, is that I have money in my pockets, and especially when you're set up and you're digging in to get change out. I have dropped money before behind the table and luckily picked it up. So now I just have one of these. They're real quick, and with a sweatshirt, you put it in the middle pack or a pouch right here. And I'm good. Clean your keyboard with a moist towel. Moist towel.
Yeah.
Yo, he said moist.
I caught it. Jerks. Freaking jokes. Yeah, you got jokes today, huh? Y'all got jokes. Y'all think fun?
It'd be more funny if you could put in caps and in parentheses because then I'd have seen it quicker.
Wait till my wife gets her printing machine up. I'm gonna make shirts that just say moist and send them to all you little shits out there. With a keyboard. Put your guys' names on the back of them like a jersey.
Hey, you know what though? I have a cleaning lady comes here, right? I was messing her out. She come yesterday, matter of fact. So I went and inspected after she was done to see how clean my toilet was because I looked at it beforehand just to be see what she does. She actually wipes around the bottom base and all that. I was kind of impressed. Shower and all that. But I will tell you this, if you ever had like soap scum in your bathroom and then you cleaned it a couple times out, it still leaves a residue there. You can't get out and the black light shows it. Because I started scratching it with my fingernail and stuff because I don't use the shower downstairs. Nobody has. And it's been cleaned multiple times. And I'm like, what the heck is this stuff in here? I'm like, what is on this? And I'm scratching my fingernails, sniffing it and stuff. And yeah, it's just old residue soap scum, like when they have like the little soap dish that's installed in your shower thing. You can't get it out.
Well, thanks for that public service announcement, Mr. PBS.
Yeah. See what happens? Blacklight
Magic
talk.
eraser. Just get a magic eraser.
Now look at it. This one here is freaking bright. Let's just.
Yeah, you don't ever do that again. Don't ever. You look like Barney. You look like
I just messed with my eyes. Oh, they're watering now. Oh God,
good. That's what you
that
get.
was a little bit too bright.
You deserve it. I don't feel sorry for you. Burn.
Oh man, that hurt.
All right, I'm gonna hop off so I can go get ready. So if anybody wants to hop in, I'm gonna do a PSA SGC reveal. Then I'm gonna crack open a Mosaic football cello box, and hopefully I get something good out of it. If not, oh well.
Hey, I can't help it, stuff backsplashes. At least I picked both seats up.
You have seats?
Not no outside. One doesn't.
All right, I'm hopping off. I'm gonna get going. Later, guys. See if you guys come through. Bye.
I'll give him a few minutes, and then once I see his little thing pop on my phone, I'll log out. I'll grab his channel and put in the chat in case you guys want to see his PSA and SGC. I meant to find his channel because it's no longer CVC. It's the bullpen. He actually did okay on the wait, which one did I just send him back? Was it modern? Yeah, modern. He got a nice 10 back. That's his channel in case you guys want to watch it. I'll give him a few. Oh, I should have left it on my YouTube. That way I know when he does actually pop on. And honestly, just so you guys know, the black lights, Charles told you about using them on the backs of Pokemon because you can miss the whiting a lot, and it actually helps out a good bit. Also used it on a card that came back from PSA just to see if you could see through the case onto it and stuff. And if you have like a non-white border card, you could actually pick up the whiting real quick, especially like if you're at a show or something. Yeah, she's underneath me now. She was chewing a pig ear. I'd take her to get a shot today. Well, 2 shots. She came home, slept, and then about 5 or 6, she was up wanting to play and eat. She was over here chewing a pig ear for the longest time. She come running down the step, big pig ear, like twice the size of her head, because I heard her snorting the whole way down. I'm like, what do you have? And it was a pig ear, and she was over there chewing, and now she's out. Yeah, but she's underneath me now. I can't move the mic onto her. I think he's also going to do like a slab sell real quick too with the new stuff. So, and he should be live now. Shows him live. Okay, yep, he's live. Channels above up here in the chat. If you guys want to hop on, I'm going to call it night. Appreciate everybody coming by and having my fun conversation about my black lights. These ones here. Not next week, week after I'll be back because I got a show I got to step up next Saturday. So you guys take care of a good one. And I'll catch you